topic energy metabolism is sometimes hard for students to grasp by just reading the material in the textbook and the online material. So I've put together some videos to help you go through this concept. The first concept you need to understand is the big picture of how we take energy from food and transfer it to a molecule in the body that can be used for energy. And so that is a two-step process. Step one is we take the energy that is chemically captured in food and its carbon-hydrogen bonds. The more carbon-hydrogen bonds on a food, the more energy it has. So that is why fat has 9 calories per gram, when carbohydrate and protein only have 4. Fat has more carbon-hydrogen bonds. So the energy that's stored in this bond, we're going to have to release. And we're going to add oxygen to the process, and that will lead to where we get carbon dioxide. We'll split that bond, put on oxygen. We'll get carbon dioxide and water, and a molecule called ATP. ATP then is a molecule that captures some of that energy released, and then our body is going to spin that for its energy processes, to move your body, to sustain life. And that's step 2. We'll take ATP and we'll spin it. We will use some of that energy. We'll end up with a smaller adenosine molecule, adenosine diphosphate. So instead of having 3 phosphate, triphosphate, we'll have 2. So we'll end up with a phosphate. We'll put it as a P. And we have energy. Now this is where the energy that our body uses to move your muscles, to sustain life, again, the energy processes of the body. So it's a two-step process. We can't just take energy and carbon-hydrogen bond and spin it in the body. We must always go through that step of going to ATP, and then we spin that process. It's a great way for the body to control energy release of foods, and because it can monitor the amount of ATP in the body at any one time. At any one time, we only have about 5 seconds worth of ATP energy to use for the body processes. So the body has to be doing this all the time. If you start exercising, it has to do more. You sit down, it does less. So it's always monitoring that sense of how much ATP. So 2 steps, we break it apart, capture it as ATP, and then we'll spin it as ATP. The next thing then we're going to go through with these videos is we'll go through how does the body do this with each one of the macronutrients, carbohydrate, protein, and fat. How does it split these apart, and what are the steps to do that?